Hi, I'm Khanyile. I'm a fixed income analyst at Truffle Asset Management.
What inspired you to pursue a career in your industry?
Well, it's a mixture of a lot of things, but mainly it's my love for like how things work together. Like you see how markets work, and if one thing moves, the ripple effect thereof, that's what interested me the most about it. And then also my quantitative skills, like I have a passion for mathematics and problem solving, so it was a fairly simple decision after that.
Can you describe a typical day at your job?
Sorry?
Can you describe a typical day at your job?
Well, a typical day is Bloomberg. Wake up in the morning, first thing, Bloomberg, the news, what's happening in the market, the previous day, what happened today, where we had, and then we have like morning meetings where we brief each other about what's happening around the world in terms of macro and also our fund specific things. And then it's also like research, a lot of research, trying to find new opportunities every day, and also analyzing our current positions to see like the different macro movements that happened the previous day and that were also happening during the day, how they impact the portfolio and the overall business. So that's typically that much, and also a lot of calls between me and the PMs.
What skills do you believe are most important for you to be successful in your field?
Attention to detail. You can miss a lot of things if you don't pay attention to detail, and it matters the most because you don't want to make mistakes, like miss important things. I feel like attention to detail is the biggest thing. It's easy to overlook things and just see them from face value, but when you like Hawkeye it, that's the.
And in terms of challenges, like what challenges like stem out for you in terms of what you've faced in your career?
Personally or like
career-wise, what's the most challenging thing about your job?
Well, when I first started out, the most challenging thing was to sift through the information. Like, there's so much information that comes in throughout the day, different news outlets, different sources, and just swifting through that and seeing where to find value and like news outlets that give you more detail. Like most of them are not really that useful, so finding those that are useful and most relevant to you is like the hardest thing, because you get so much news flow throughout, and also data, which one is important. That was the most difficult thing I found. Yeah.
And how do you maintain a work-life balance? Is there such a thing?
In theory, yes. Reality, I'm not so sure, man. Because at the end of the day, one has to give. So if you're spending time on this one, you're losing time on the other. But I believe and I hope that there is a balance somewhere, and hopefully I do find it. But yeah, how I go about it is that I tend to do other things that get me to socialize with other people, like playing soccer with my friends. We have a soccer team, doing those kind of things. I think they help trying to balance it.
So you're an analyst. So what advice would you give to someone who is, I suppose, maybe in a grad program, or someone who's just coming out of university, coming into a fixed income position?
To someone who's just starting out, not only in fixed income, but like in the whole industry as a whole, I'd say they shouldn't be afraid to do the mundane tasks and also ask for work, take a more proactive approach and tend to learn as much about the business as a whole, rather than just also focusing on your role and what you are required to do. Just take on the work and work as hard as you can and learn as much as you can. That would be my advice.
And how do you handle stress and pressure in your job?
Pressure in my job?
Yeah.
I wouldn't say there's like a specific thing, but I'd say after work I take walks, listen to music. During the work, like I feel like I've now gotten used to it. Like it's just work. Like even though there are deadlines to be met, you just go in there. What helped me to get to that is like prioritizing. You just prioritize things according to deadlines and urgency. Do what's more urgent, and then it makes your life easier, I guess. Yeah.
And how important is networking in your field?
It's very important, because as much as we analyze investments and make decisions on that, we're also managing people's money, and also you have to engage with the people. So there's a lot of communication involved, and networking also brings that piece. So yeah, it's very...
And speak on a bit about what you enjoy the most about, being a fixed income analyst.
What I enjoy the most?
Yeah.
Well, the uncertainty of markets is just, when something is uncertain and then you understand it and then it turns out the way you saw it coming, there's that level of fulfillment, like you figured it out. It's like solving a puzzle. Yeah, that's what I enjoy the most about it.
And what has been the happiest moment of your career thus far?
The happiest moment, I'd say when I became a fixed income analyst, and then having to tell that to my mom, I think that was the happiest moment.
And what are some of the exit strategies that a lot of people in your industry take? What are the exit strategies that, like, once they are within fixed income, they naturally move into a different role as well?
Well, there's different parts for different people. Some people just become analysts and they enjoy that. They don't overlap and become portfolio managers. Others move on from being analysts to portfolio managers and now look at a bigger picture of things. And other people, they tend to become CEOs for other companies. Others start their own companies. Others become directors. So there's like a lot of different parts. But the most common one is becoming a PM.
Okay. And if you were to say, has everything been worth it?
So far?
Yeah,
it has.
What makes you say that?
Well, considering where I started at and where I'm at now, my life has changed like drastically. I've met people that I never thought I'd meet in my life throughout the journey. I've learned things that I never thought I'd be able to learn or even know. And I've also done things like for family and myself that I never even thought of. So it has been worth it.
And what is the difference between, in the South African market and global market, between a fixed income analyst here in South Africa and one that is international? Do you think there's a difference, or maybe there isn't?
Well, considering the two markets, how they're currently structured, in South Africa you don't have that, the supply and demand are not, they don't match up theoretically as you would understand them. While in other developed markets like the US, everything is seamless, the supply and demand of the bond and how the current liquidity is looking like. In South Africa, there's a bit of art involved in understanding that. That would be the difference. But on paper and also knowledge-wise, I think we are pretty much the same, because the South African financial system is one of the best. I mean, the JSE ranks up there. So I don't think there's that much of a difference on that aspect.
And what are some of the compensation options that the market is willing to pay for the skill set that you have? What is how much do the top earners ballpark earn? If you have had some experience, what would you be looking at?
I don't know, man, to be honest.
I mean, give a ballpark.
I don't understand. I have no idea. Yeah.
And then for someone entry level?
For entry level?
Yep. A range in terms of this is what the market is saying.
As an analyst?
Yeah. Are you happy?
Am I happy?
Yeah.
Personally?
Are you happy? Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm happy.
And what defines this happiness? How would you define this happiness? Or what stems or what brings forth this happiness?
Well, it's not like work related way, like I'm happy because of my work. No, like on a personal level, like I think I've grown so much and I've understood myself as a person, and I know myself, so it's easier to make decisions that make me happy. And I also know when I make mistakes to forgive myself, because I understand myself and why I do certain things. So I think it stems from that, yeah.